this is module number 5. Number 5, this is one of my favorite modules. They're all my favorite. Don't forget, I'll say that every time. Anyway, this one's conflict resolution. How do we handle conflict in the workplace, amongst our peers, amongst perhaps even our loved ones? As a good leader, as an effective leader, as an absolute great leader, how do you solve conflicts? We need to have the tools and the ability to solve conflicts when they arise. Now, humans, being as they are, we disagree, right? We're strong willed at times, we're opinionated. At times, we take offense. Sometimes we can be offensive, right? I teach two things, right? Slow to take offense and quick to forgive. If you live by those two traits, you will have a lot more peace in your life. However, you can live by those two things and still cause conflict or still be party to conflict. So, easily, one of the most important aspects of being a great leader is learning how to solve conflict. And I have found, as a general rule, in my experience over 30 years of dealing with humans and building teams and hiring and firing, conflict usually arises around misunderstandings and miscommunications. Person A thinks it's XYZ, person B thinks it's ABC, when actually they're saying the same thing. They're just saying it from two different perspectives, two different points of view. Now, sometimes we do have actual true conflict. Someone is either really, really competitive, does not want to accommodate, right? We have different traits in negotiation. We have accommodating. Are you supportive? Are you competitive, right? So competitive, you don't want to ever give up 1 inch. You're ready to die on that hill, right? So ultimately, when you resolve conflicts, a lot of times what I would do, I'd take two employees, get both sides of their story, and then I would do also interviews with other people from other points of view, people that have a lot of experience, people that have little experience. The thing is to gather as much information as possible, make your decision as late as possible. Don't take too long, but don't make snap judgments. If you judge too fast, sometimes you will make the wrong choice. So, conflict resolution is usually misunderstandings and miscommunications. I am telling you, most times, two parties, especially at work, they both want the best outcome. They just don't know how to explain it, or they don't understand the situation. So they're reacting in with conflict. Sometimes it's also a matter of one person is actually very competent, the other person is incompetent, and they've gotten so frustrated they can't take it anymore, and there's a backlash. We have to show respect, and we've got to teach that to our team members as well. So in this module number 5, we're going to go over the steps of how you solve conflicts in the workplace and even amongst your peers and even at home too. I'm a firm believer, and again, I've been married for many, many years, and I know that multiple times, many times, when I have conflict with my spouse, with my loved ones, it tends to be miscommunications and misunderstandings. Once those are cleared up, the conflict usually dissolves. Another way that a great leader solves conflict is not just to come in and scorched earth, not to just come in and just blow everything away and dictate the solution. Even though if you know what the solution is, it's always better if you present the solution as an option for them to choose. If you can help the parties choose the solution, and you can guide them and steer them, I'm not trying to say be manipulative, but you can guide them and steer them, the solution will stick. The peace will last longer if they are a part of the solution, if they're choosing the solution. Now, if they're not willing to compromise and they're not willing to budge an inch and they're in full rebellion mode, well, that's a different story. And we can deal with that as well. And eventually you may have to use your authority with a little more heavy hand. But I'm convinced pretty much every conflict can be resolved effectively and with success. All right. See you next time.